Wrestling is trash. Wrestling is trash.
Pow! We are back after some pre-show technical difficulties on this guy's end. I thought I didn't miss a beat. Boy, did I ever miss a beat, but you guys will never know that. That's between just Lou and I. But
that's a lost episode of Wrestling is Trash you guys will never see.
You guys will never see. But anyway, we are back. We are glad to be back. Trash Boys are back after a good three and a half month hiatus. We both had some life for the good, life-changing events, celebrating summer. Just had our hands full. For mine, Lou pointed this out earlier. There's something different about my point of view. I am in my daughter's room. I have a 2-month-old daughter now, Liliana Lynn Anicelli. Everything about parenting is real. The good, the bad, the ugly, everything. But it's been absolutely amazing. I love it. Wouldn't change it for the world. But I'm so glad to be back. As we stated in this pre-show episode, I guess that's what we'll call it. We've been gone, but we haven't. Lou and I have been keeping in great touch, as always, texting about shows or just everything. But it was nice to take a little break just from everything. But I'm so happy to be back. We're going to talk about a lot today. But enough about me. I have a baby. That's my big thing. You see it right there. Not physically yet. Well, yeah, she outside the room. You know what I mean? She ain't in the crib yet. I guess you have to work that up. But Lou, update everyone.
Yeah, man. It's your boy Lou from the BX host of Wrestling is Trash, Nick. Excellent welcomed return. Cheers, my friend. Cheers to you. We welcome everyone back to our happy little crazy podcast. So, as you guys can see, I have a little bit of a different background also, if you pay attention to those things. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, you'll notice the background's a little different. I have moved out of my previous residence. Everything's great. Everything's for the better. It's better for everyone involved. And I'm in my own space, just me and the dog. And just leaves us more, time to watch wrestling and kind of live and explore this new area that we're living in. I'm still in Florida, still in the surrounding Fort Lauderdale area. Just moved a little further south. So I'm happy. I love it. I'm in my own little space. I'm not restricted anymore by noise and things like that. I come home, I blast my music. I don't have to bother anybody. It's just amazing. I got a giant patio out there where I can go out there and do my thing. Super happy. But again, wanted to kind of apologize to you guys off rip just for being gone for so long. I know you guys have missed us terribly. We've gotten some new fans, actually. I don't want to say fans, actually. Can I take that back? I don't like that fans thing. I like friends.
Yeah,
friends of the show.
Friends.
You guys are just as much the same as we are, dude. We're just all fans of wrestling here. We don't have fans. So we got some new followers, Trashians, if you will. We're going to be a little bit rusty here. We're kind of back after a few months, so bear with us. This episode, obviously, we're just going to free ball. We've got no notes whatsoever. We're just going to play catch up. And yeah, man, Wrestling is Trash on YouTube. Wrestling is Trash Instagram. You can find cool shit like this shirt here. It's just made by yours truly. Get it now before it gets stricken down on copyright.
And I'm going to say what I said in the pre-show, because this is when I realized we were not live. That group right there is something gone too soon.
Yeah, man. And I was just about to get into a little funny anecdote, and then we had to start over. But I go through this thing, and I don't know if it's everybody. It might be everybody. It might just be my neurotic brain. I constantly rewatch things that pop me, like Adam Cole's return. I always think about, like, you were there for that episode when Adam Cole came back, when Tony Schiavone's like, I take no pleasure in welcoming our next guest,
Yeah.
and everybody thinks it's MJF and Adam Cole's music hit. Like I rewatch that because I get like, I don't know, like it pops me again. Like I constantly I relive that feeling again, like when I first saw it. So this frame is from the Blackpool Combat Club video that they did. I think it was the second week. No, it wasn't the second week because that's when they started. They had Wheeler Yuta get into the group. It's a vignette that they did, that they recorded, that they played. It's like 4 minutes long, and it's just It's called Scars, and it's when William Regal's talking about. It's the scars that tell the story in the ring of pro wrestling, and this promo is fucking. I mean,
Insane.
Give me chills, man, when I watch it. And this era of AEW for me was like, it was like the peak. Like this whole time when this was happening, when Regal was there and everything was, dude, it was like the peak AEW for me. And I get like super excited about when I look at stuff like that again.
I'm glad you used that word peak there, because I wanted to ask you this, and I was only going to ask if it came out naturally, and it just did. So everyone's like 2022, 2021 AEW was peak AEW. Now, granted, we still love it, so don't think like that's a shot. Like we watch every week, we watch every show. Lou's told me 5 times he's excited that Full Gear's on a Saturday, but I'm right there with him. I
love it. Please, Saturday pay-per-views only.
And you know what? It's not just because granted, we say it every time the shows go long, but it's literally not just because of that either. Like, it's just something about like watching a show and not wanting to work the next day. It's like the Super Bowl.
I like being able to stay up and watch the goddamn scrum or whatever, or just engage with people online about what just happened and not have to wake up at 4 a.m. and go to work the next day.
It's like you watch a show on Saturday, you check the Sunday news, aka you lay in bed and check Twitter because there's always updates of who got hurt or what spot wasn't planned or whatever came from it. But I guess what I was getting at is, I'm wearing the man shirt, CM Punk, but I'm one of there are people like 21, 22 AEW was peak AEW from seeing it because of CM Punk, and then he left. I say nay. Like, I definitely think it was the peak, but not peak. Like when a lot of people think peak, they think everything sucks after.
No.
I think that was just the high point. I think just shows, rosters. We don't talk about it, but the ratings and all that shit was the thing. But what do you think really changed between now and then? Because I'll say it right here, and I'm a fan of it. But it's not because CM Punk left. Like, it's
injuries, man.
And he's
injuries gone. And kind of, I think injuries and also lack of follow through with a bunch of stories before and kind of direction. Okay. Like, we had the what do you call it? We had the win-loss records, then they went away, then they came back, then they went away again. It's like stuff like that. Like, I liked the more sports-based kind of part of AEW, like with the win-loss records, because it kind of it gives you story without having to give story. Why is this guy getting a title shot? The motherfucker's 15-0. Yeah. That's why he's getting a title shot. That's his record right there on screen. That's
literally
an easy way to tell that.
Sports 101.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, guys come in, and it's not instantly like, hey, I'm here, give me a title shot. No, motherfucker, you need to go get some wins, dog. Go get some wins. Get up in the rankings.
Yeah, because there are times when that's fair, right? Like when Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega, his first match was for the title. Or like when Brock Lesnar goes away for a long time and then comes back. Like there are certain circumstances.
It's Brock Lesnar. Right?
Yeah, and
he's gonna walk in and
it's Bryan Danielson,
title shot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would never happen. I don't ever see it happening. But if he was to go back to WWE, he's not gonna start off facing like LA Knight.
Yeah, he's not gonna go after the US title.
He's gonna go after
Roman
or Seth or so that's just what you do when you have a big star. But I see what you're saying, but yeah, because that was some great shit back then.
Like, yeah, man, and you brought up the
oh, sorry.
No, you brought up the Daniel Bryan Kenny Omega. That's one of those videos that I watch
that stare
constantly
down.
when
That
fucking
stare down in the ring.
he rings that bell and the crowd just starts popping just because they're standing in the ring. They didn't even do anything. They're just standing there.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy fuck, we're about to see Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson. Like,
And I think they did a little bit of a build, but I know Grand Slam's always shortly after All Out, so that most 2-3 weeks. Like, you know what I mean? And it still had that factor.
oh yeah.
Man, I always think about, and I go back, like you said, like All Out 21. That's when Punk did have his first match back after so many years. And then Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole debut back to back in the main event. Like, yeah, I get what you were saying. I think not, and they got, which congrats AEW here. They got that brand new television deal.
Yeah.
Brand new for the haters of it. I don't get why. Like, so that's my thing. I thought about this a lot. Like, so here's my thing. I thought about this a lot. I think there's a difference between, like, you just hate something and, like, you complain about something and you're weird about something, right? Like, you and I can watch anything from anywhere and we'll have good and bad. But it's not like bitching. It's more like, well, this could have been like this. Granted, we're not a booker by any means.
Right.
Man, some of these people online, like on TikTok and Twitter, like they be
Perfect example.
so weird.
Perfect example. Samantha Irvin announces that she's leaving WWE because reasons. She didn't even really give a solid reason, but she put this whole post, well thought out 3-page note about, I enjoyed my time. I want to pursue other avenues. Bro, these people went after this woman and call her all kinds of things because she betrayed the brand and, God forbid, decided to pursue a different avenue in her life. Mind you, she said she loved her job, but that's not what she wanted to do. But that's what they put her to do. So she's
like a long time fan too.
And like these people, bro, they went after her. They started saying, oh, you're going to go take Tony's money and be a traitor with your boyfriend. And it's like, yo, what is wrong with y'all? Like, what is really wrong with some of you people? You guys loved her yesterday.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden she's a piece of garbage. She's this, she's that. She's a traitor. And it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I would never understand these people who do that, bro. Like, we watch something. If we have an issue, it's AEW, WWE, whatever. If we don't agree with booking, a storyline, something doesn't make sense, we get into that. If something we really enjoy, we get into that. But it's not like needless hate for no reason just because it's one brand or the other. Like, I don't know, bro. I'll never ever understand that.
The most recent thing that I remember was the end of Wrestle Dream. Like, we weren't like 100% fans of that ending, where other people were. But it's like, I'm not going to sit there and debate with you and call you an idiot.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, at the end of the day, it's just not that serious. Like, it's wrestling.
Bro, that's
how I look at it. But you
like, my thing is, like, if you hate AEW so much, bro, stop watching it. The best thing that you could do is to stop watching, because then that's one less rating, one less merch sale, one less ticket sale. And then maybe the thing you don't like will fucking go away, or you just stop watching it and watch the thing you like, and you won't have to worry about it. Yeah,
like that's just because you see it mainly for the accounts on like both sides of the house, right? WWE and AEW, and it's like all those I just mute because I just don't want to see it. Yeah. But like sometimes when I'm bored, I'll go look at their accounts, and it's just mad funny. Like, bro, I laugh. You
scroll through their whole timeline. It's like insane. Like the
like I went on the other day during Raw, and this dude was just bashing it. He's like, "Well, make sure you watch Real Wrestling on Wednesday," and then it's vice versa. They have the people who are like, you know, because now that NXT is like kind of popular or whatever, so now it's like, oh, they're beating AEW, and it's like, who cares? Like,
but even then, these people apparently, according to these people on X Twitter, the men's division in NXT is trash. It's trash, according to them. The women's division's cooking. The men's division is complete trash, which Trick Williams one of the best dudes I've ever seen. Overfemi is like
and
gonna be one of the biggest stars ever, in my
I'll
opinion.
admit, I wasn't not a fan of him in AEW. That's something I saw him of, but I'm kind of liking what Ethan Page is doing.
Yeah, it's working. Bro, that guy is, I may not, be the, and I don't even want to say I'm not the biggest fan, because I'm like, I liked him when he was in AEW, when he actually got to do stuff. But he disappeared a lot, and that's probably not his fault. That's just they didn't know what to do with him, blah, blah, blah. But there was a point there where he had that ROH match, and it was phenomenal. Like, he had that, I think it was a Fight Without Honor match. I forget who it was against. He popped up on Ring of Honor. He had a match without honor with somebody, and it was amazing. And then he started to get a little push and then disappeared again. They did that thing with Scorpio Sky, came out, and then they just dropped it. I don't know what happened. So I don't want to say I'm not a fan, but I like him. But he's definitely, that's the one dude that I can say that he takes whatever they give him. He puts 115% into that shit. You can never say that he's like slacking.
Yeah. One dude whose interviews I like is Chris Van Vliet. I like his stuff. I think he's really good. And he did one with him, and I watched it. And it's funny, like, his story of how he got there. Because, like, it's like, hey, my time, ended. So, like every other person, I booked all these indies. And he's like, I was flying home. And he's like, we just bought a house in Michigan. And it was WWE. And I, like, laughed at them. And like, oh, hey, we want you to come. And, like, he's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, I'll join. And then, like, hung up thinking it was a prank. And then they called him back. And like, oh, hey, you just spoke with so-and-so. And he's like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
And it seemed like he was low-key happy but annoyed because he just bought a house. And now it's like, oh, well, now you got to move. You have to move to Florida. Like, kind of happy.
Man, that's crazy.
But yeah, like, it was, but he's been doing really good. For me, it's their women's division. Yeah, they just, I don't know. HBK got something going on down there.
Yeah, I've said this before on here, but his For You page on Instagram must be very interesting.
Yeah. Like, dude, just
some of these hires that he has.
Match, because this week they go head to head. Them in AEW.
Total non sequitur segue. But did you see that video of Julia where they're talking about what kind of candy she likes, and she said her favorite candy is cough drops? I just wanted to bring that up because I think that shit's hilarious. Because I eat cough drops when I'm not sick. Yeah, like I love those fucking Ricola fucking cough drops.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I love those. So I just thought that shit was funny that's what she thinks. She's like, that's candy for her. So
that's wild. Their women's division is pretty damn stacked. Like that 10 women's match, and then out of nowhere, Jordan Grace returns again, which we all know. I think it's all out there. Her contract's expiring in January. She's 1,000% going there.
Bro, WWE has, I mean, let's say Jordan signs over. They have a lot of women on their roster.
So me and my buddy were texting, and it's not like a disrespectful thing, but time's ticking for certain women on the main roster. And it's not out of ignorance, but like Bayley, and she just resigned, but Bayley's been there a while. Like, not saying she won't be main event like she is now, but all these women in the next year and a half are going to be up there. Like, I don't see Julia and Stephanie staying long down there. Roxanne's probably the next one up. Yeah. And Cora Jade's probably not. Now, I'm not saying they're all going to be like main eventers when they move up. I mean, some might bust, as we know. But I don't know, man. They got a good thing going.
And Cora Jade's been in NXT for a while, bro.
Yeah, she's had a couple injuries, but Nikita Lyons is. I think her injuries is someone that literally. What I think her thing is she was really good and really hot in the beginning, and then got hurt. And then came back with momentum, and then was hurt again. And now all these other people came. Yeah. Like, all right, we care about them.
No, the problem with Nikita Lyons, that ass too fat, dog. That ass too fat, dog. Listen, hey, bro, I'm not trying to be a sexist, but that ass too fat, dog. Them thighs too big. Those knees can't handle all that shit. The moves that she does, like that spinning kick shit that she does, where she spins and she jumps on one leg and spin kicks, bro, it's a lot of pressure to put on your knees and your fucking. I'm being dead ass. I know I'm trying to be funny too, but
I get what you're saying.
She got a lot of ass, dog, and it's a lot of weight to put down on your knees for the shit that she does. I don't think, bro, she's already had 2 fucking knee surgeries, bro.
She's already stone cold.
Like, she's not, if they don't put her on the main roster like soon, like they're kind of wasting her. And
then you have other ones like Lola Vice is starting to get into it.
You got Lola Vice. There's so many women on this roster, bro. Kaden Carter, Lana Jordan, bro.
So
they're stacked. And then, mind you, you still got Charlotte, who's injured, who's working her way back. You got all these women still on the main roster. You still have Natty signed. I mean, Natty's
she just
been
re-signed,
15,
but then it's like,
16 years, but
still
she's
got
still
Naomi. And then, like, Jade's still new, so Jade really hasn't gotten her push yet.
Yeah. Wait till she gets hurt. She's going to have, like, a year and a half of, like, dominance, bro, when she gets off on her own.
Because obviously, probably a lot of these women probably want to have families. Like, I would imagine. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if this is a sign, like, because I think at this point it seems obvious you're probably going to get Bianca and Jade at Mania. Like, I wonder if with everything going on and all the talent, if Bianca after that, like, might, because I know she's been verbal about wanting kids. Like, I wonder if that's her time. Like, hey, do this thing with Jade and go. But, like, same with Charlotte. And you know, like,
I could tell that she's dying to have a kid with Andrade. Like, she's dying to have a kid. But she loves that dude so much, bro.
I imagine at this point, I full on think Becky, wherever she shows up, is just going to be part-time in general. You know what I mean? I don't see much out of her. But so it's like, it's just they got to figure it out.
No, they have a lot of
so far, I've been a big fan of Julia and Stephanie's work.
Yeah.
And
the entrances are dope. I mean, they're already over.
And then I like how they did it, because I thought they were going to do, like, I thought they were going to propel that. I kind of like that they did the whole team thing with them.
Yeah. It gets them both on TV immediately, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you can always put them against each other.
What's her new name? She was known as Delta. What's her new name, though? I forget.
Yeah.
Something with an A?
Shit, I completely forgot.
Anyway, they made her debut look very, very good so far too. Yeah. So it's like
she's gonna be a gigantic star. I'm telling you, man, they're loaded, man, loaded with women on the roster. It's almost like you. And then the thing is too, like the time that they give women on their shows is like, you know, especially they lost that hour on Monday. They're kind of struggling a little bit with their programming because they lost that 1 hour. Which is
crazy because SmackDown's always been 2.
Yeah, but I just think Raw, it's different. They had their certain things set up in a certain way, and they lose a whole hour of advertising, so they have to like squeeze that shit in plus get the action in. So it's kind of tough, man. I don't know if they're gonna come up with another show. You think they'd come up with another show, like another main roster show?
Well, no. So what they're saying, I don't know if you saw. It seems like from January to April, SmackDown's going to be 3 hours.
Oh.
And that's probably 100% Rock move. Because, you know, he's on TV for an hour when he shows up.
Yeah.
And then Netflix, one thing WWE's liking is like the surprise factor. That like 1 week it can go 2 hours and 20 minutes. And the next week it could go like 2 hours and 40.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And my buddy mentioned it to me, which is cool, is like you can watch a main event match and really not know when it's going to end now.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
Whereas when you're watching on cable, at most you're getting, what, a 10-minute overrun?
Yeah, they beat you over the head like Tony Schiavone with the, we've got an overrun tonight, guys. So
yeah. So that's going to be cool to see. But I don't know, man. My bitch and complain. WWE with not everyone has to finish their story. And what I mean by that is some of these storylines are go on for just so fucking long.
Yeah, like I told you, man, I've taken a break here and there from wrestling, and not just from one promotion. Like I just stopped watching wrestling for like a solid month. I didn't watch any wrestling. I kept up. Obviously, the next day I'll see on Twitter what happened, just so I'm like in the loop. But like to sit there and watch it, I stopped. But one of those things that got me down that path was like after Cody won, he finished his story, and then the bloodline thing, like. I'm not hating on it, but like it wasn't working for me. Like
Solo's just kind of getting into it now, I feel.
Yeah, like so the whole thing with Solo at the beginning, and then just the way they were introducing the new members and everything. I was like, oh, this is cool, but I didn't feel like that. There was no aura, like for lack of a better word. Like the aura wasn't there. Like, bro, Bloodline aura was fucking top tier, bro. Like that Bloodline aura was top tier. When they came out, it was just like it was a different thing. So they tried this new thing, and I get now I see what they're doing, but like for me, when it was happening, I was just like, I'm not like feeling this shit. Like I'm not, and I just tuned out. But again, that's just me. That's not that it sucked. It just for me, it wasn't working. But now,
because that's massive shoes Solo had to fill.
Yeah, and it's funny because every time we have like a pay-per-view or something and we do picks, like I always pick Solo. I'm always picking Solo to win, and I don't even understand why I always pick Solo.
I like the video. I don't remember what match it was. It was on SmackDown, but when he's like air punching, where he's like, like, yo, he is low-key mad funny, like with the things he says, like the one,
and
like,
I like that.
Are you done? Like,
yeah, that's the thing. I like that now. They're letting him do that a little more because I think they were at the beginning. He was trying to be too serious with trying to be like more like a Roman thing, but like an evil version.
Yeah.
And now like the shit with the tickets, where he's like, I got tickets. I got tickets. One for me, one for him. And he's like he was like acting like bugging. It's funny, but he's still like that dangerous like persona.
They've been doing great with Jacob Fatu though.
Yeah.
Like insanely. Like I think he'll be at least, I don't know if he'll ever be champ like WWE or world champ, but he'll be in those matches for sure. Like I think he might be the guy this year in the Royal Rumble that just like fucks people.
Oh yeah, he goes through there. He wrecks shop. Oh yeah.
But
how about
what I was getting at is, dude, I am so over. To the point I turn it off. Like if it's, and then I'll go back. This Judgment Day, Rhea, Damian, I'm just.
You know what's funny about that?
It's just now that Rhea's actually hurt.
Oh, she's hurt again?
Yeah, something with her orbital. Like she actually is hurt. So
man.
I hate to say this. I think that's going to be the Mania match. Try and Liv and Rhea gets her lick then. And this has come from the Liv Morgan fan club. That should not be the match.
Wow.
Because you bring Raquel in, and as much as we like her, you know what I mean? And that's just not it.
See, I like this version of her. This whole thing where she comes out and she's smiling and doing that back shit. That wasn't working. That superhero, super face shit was not working. No. This heel version is much better. Much better.
And then
they can do a lot more with it.
And I'm sick of Damian Priest just beating the crap out of the Judgment Day guys. And I don't know. Apparently they want to do more with him. Like they want to lean into like his actual like Puerto Rican side with that mask. Did you see that report? Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. That's just got to end soon. But
you know what's funny? You know what's funny to me about the Judgment Day thing? Like, so when Dominic was with Rey Mysterio and they were fighting the Judgment Day, right? The storyline was Rhea was like whispering in his ear, kind of getting in his ear and kind of twisting him to the dark side to get him away from his father, right? To destroy. Basically, the idea was we're going to take your son from you to continue to like ruin your life. Like that was the purpose of taking Dominic. Not that she thought Dominic was hot or she wanted Dominic for any other reason. Literally, the Judgment Day and Rhea were using Dominic to hurt Rey Mysterio. So they did that. They hurt Rey Mysterio. They did the whole thing. They went to his house. He slapped his mom's, whatever, that whole shit. And then, like, now Liv likes Dominic because she thinks he's a sexy guy. So she steals Dominic away from Rhea to hurt Rhea. But like, wait, didn't Rhea take? So what happened there? Did Rhea take Dominic away from Rey Mysterio and then kayfabe fell in love with Dominic?
Yeah.
And now Liv is taking Dominic away from Rhea. Does she actually like Dominic or is she just using it to hurt Rhea? So it's like it got so convoluted there that like I didn't even really know what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
And I really don't think they figured out a direction for like the whole Judgment Day thing. But I like Damian Priest, man. You're never gonna get me to
No, same.
like
Same.
say anything bad about that dude.
One
And I
thing-
love Finn Balor too, and even Dominic, bro. We've praised Dominic on this show. He's tremendous.
Carlito's been kind of funny in the group.
Yeah, but the storyline they need to kind of go their separate ways. Maybe
Now-
Priest needs to go to SmackDown or something, and
That's what I think.
And
Sorry, you were saying?
no, you're good. That's
Have
I mean, maybe he needs to just get away from them, go to SmackDown and build something over there on his own, or because it's like, what else can they do right now? It's
Now,
like how like worst kept secret ever when they kept advertising Dominic Mysterio's facing a former champion on this Monday's Raw. Like, we didn't all know it was fucking Damien.
Yeah.
Like, we all knew it was him.
Yeah. That was like the worst kept secret.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, there's nothing left there. Like, we gotta pivot.
Have we done a show since the Wyatt 6 debuted?
We might have, like, at the beginning when
Where
they did the interviews. We definitely did. I think that was probably that was probably one of our last episodes when they did when Bo Dallas interviewed Uncle Howdy. Yeah, we definitely did that. I think probably pretty close to there is when we kind of took the break.
So what are you thinking? Because now they're going after, it seems like, the Final Testament. So I'll keep it a buck. I want it to do good, obviously, like everyone else, because of Bray, and honestly, all the members in the group.
Yeah.
I like how they're not shoving them down your throat, though.
Yeah.
I hated that they feuded with that. Well, now it's American Made, because I felt that ruined that group before it could get started.
Yeah.
Because like you had Chad Gable and Otis, but then there was no payoff. They never even faced each other.
Yeah, they just
stopped
it.
They literally just stopped it, and I think that could have been big. Not like
they moved right past it. Otis never got his like.
That could have made for a good Raw match.
Yeah, he never got his like quote unquote revenge.
Yeah, so that was dumb. I'm happy to see the Final Testament because like I'm like with Priest, I'm kind of like, you really won't see me talk bad about Karrion Kross. And it's funny because he did one of those interviews with Chris. And it's funny, I'm pretty sure I've talked to you about others, and I'm a full believer in like, he has to shave his head and go back. And he asked him. And he's like, but why? He's like, the way I was being presented wasn't in NXT. I was destroying everyone. That's what it was. It's not because I was bald.
Nah, cut the hair, bro.
Yeah, because he's like, I could show up this week on Monday with a bald head and it won't be the same. And in my head, I'm like, no, it will be.
Yeah.
It will be. Because he kind of looks like, no, I'm a good looking dude. You know what I mean? No, did he?
He's like a nice guy. And you know what's funny? And this
I think he just needs to be on his own with Scarlett, because I like AOP as well.
Yes.
But he needs to just be on his own and just beat NXT. Just beat the shit out of people.
But this is with him and with also the Wyatt 6. I think for me, part of the reason why I'm kind of like is because with like real life and social media and the wrestling combined, it's really hard to pull off the spooky shit.
Yeah.
Like the spooky shit is the only one who could ever done that shit is The Undertaker, bro. And that was a different time, a different era. It was people. I actually thought that dude was dead when I was a kid. Okay. That shit's never gonna happen now. With the spooky shit like that, like we know who these people are. Everybody knows that's Nikki Cross. You remember her as the fucking superhero. You know, you have what's his face? Joe Gacy.
Yeah.
Those of us who watch NXT, I mean, you know these guys. So them taking on these new personas, it's like they haven't really fleshed them out yet. Like when we talked about it on the last episode, you came up with the thing that you were like, man, I hope next week, like Joe Gacy interviews his counterpart. And I think that would have worked so that we can kind of get a little bit more insight on who these characters are or why. Because why did they ever explain like why the fuck they're doing this now? Like, did they even get into that?
they did weekly ones on everyone, but I don't think it was as good as when Bo did it with Uncle Howdy, if that makes sense. So they did it. It's just if Bo's was a 10 out of 10, theirs were like 5s. Like they were there. I get why they did it, but like it didn't. Eric Rowan's, I think, was if I remember, Eric Rowan's was probably good because they probably reached into the Bray stuff, you know what I mean? And Brody, if I had to guess, they probably reached into that. But yeah, I don't know. At this point, it's weird because, okay, so I guess we can talk about this live. It seems we're going to focus on the WWE, and then we'll obviously talk about, because I have a lot I want to say about AEW.
No, well, I actually have a AEW related question that goes into WWE, but that's something I've been rattling in my
our transition. But I feel we have to briefly talk 2 things WWE. So we texted, but overall thoughts on the Punk Drew feud in the end?
Oh, I thought it was great. I mean, I will say I was guilty of kind of poo-pooing on it because I was like, at the end of the day, these dudes are beefing over a bracelet, and I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Why are they beefing over a fucking bracelet?
Yeah.
Like, but you know, they tried to tell a story, you know, with that being part of it. Was like a symbolic, the bracelet thing. I mean, we all know why the fuck they use that. But as far as overall, that fucking Hell in a Cell match was tremendous. I mean, that's the best match I've seen Punk have since probably the dog collar match with MJF. Like,
did you see that Drew wasn't supposed to bleed?
Really?
It was, yeah. So where the fuck did that come out in an interview? Which it's crazy because I think that
blasted him in the face with the stairs. Like, what were you expecting was gonna happen?
Yeah, because he got like 16 staples. It was, but only Punk was supposed to bleed. Which I'm kind of happy. Like, Drew's healthy, he's fine, so I can say this now. But I'm kind of happy he got hit open because if not, because
that match was tremendous. That match was tremendous.
Yeah,
really
but I
great.
agree. Like, I agree with the whole bracelet thing. Like, I got it, and I don't know if did you ever see the girl who made it on Twitter? Yeah. Like, good for her and all this.
Oh yeah, big time.
But like when they took the bag out, I was like, oh, they're doing thumbtacks or something, and it was like beads. I was like, okay.
Yeah. They put the beads in his mouth.
Like that was too much.
Like, I get it, but it's just like it was a little silly. But I mean, I get it. The symbolism or whatever, you know.
Our fellow trash boy comes on the show, big Punk fan. Well, he came on, but Dan, we were texted, and he was mad that in this whole thing that AJ Lee didn't eat a Claymore.
Yeah,
it sounds like she wants nothing, like not in a rude way, just wants. Like, I'm cool.
I mean, she has her own, what I think it's called, like reality, not reality.
No, women's. No, she left that. Women's of Wrestling.
Oh, so she left that shit too.
No, she's like making a comic book or just made a comic book or something.
I guess. Cool. Hey, look, man. I'll tell you this: I've never taken a wrestling bump, but I can imagine there are some people, like maybe her, maybe like Mandy Rose, like they don't want to do that shit anymore.
When you give a lot of money doing
anymore, man. You know.
And then, speaking on the same pay-per-view, with the whole Rock thing. So the reports, I hate saying it, but do you think, and Cody's saying, like, you won't believe what's going to happen at Mania kind of shit. Do you think it's going to be a triple threat? Because pretty much my buddy and I the other day were talking Mania. And there's so many avenues you can go. You can go a triple threat. Then you could have Rock beat Cody, say, at Rumble and do Rock and Roman. Then it's like you can, and that can lead to
Damn, bro. Damn.
And then because Mania is going to be kind of hard to predict because then if you don't do the triple threat, you could also just do Rock and Cody at Mania. But then you could also, now they're saying WWE might let Cena break the record. So does Cena beat Cody or does Cena? Because here's the thing. Let me ask.
No fucking way. There's 0% chance of that happening. 0% chance.
Okay, so let me ask you, because of the whole 17-time title thing, it'd be a record, right? Say Cena beat Gunther for the title. Is it a big deal? Because Gunther's been massively booked well. So it's not because it's Gunther, but it's because it's that title. Like, I feel if Cena's going to break it, he has to win the WWE title.
Nah, I don't think it matters which title it is.
No. So let me ask you, would you rather for the world title win or lose. So I'm not saying Cena wins, just in general. Would you rather see Cena and Gunther, or would you rather see Punk and Rollins? Because I'm Punk and Rollins because I felt they kind of got fucked out of that last year.
Yeah, they do need to finish that for sure.
And I think I think you can do Cena and I think Punk's going to beat Gunther for the title.
That'd be, oh my God, that would be so good.
And you're going to get
Gunther and Punk. I want to see that. That I want to see.
And I know people might not like it, but I get sometimes you don't like Punk and Rollins could do a feud without a title. Totally could.
Yeah.
But I think it deserves a title.
Yeah, they could go for the title.
So
but
like,
I think
that's
I like
where I'm at. Because then people are also saying if you did Rock and Roman, you could do Cody and Randy.
Bro, you said that earlier and it fucking, can you imagine SummerSlam? They do Rock and Cody at SummerSlam and The Rock wins the title and then he fucking wrestles Roman at WrestleMania for the title.
Oh, so you're talking at Rumble, you mean, not SummerSlam.
So is SummerSlam before
Royal Rumble's in January and then Mania April.
So
SummerSlam's in August.
I'm confused.
So
SummerSlam is before WrestleMania though, right?
No, it's after. We just had SummerSlam.
Wow. Where the fuck have I been?
Yeah.
So instead, let's say Rumble.
Yeah, so Rock beats Cody at Rumble and Roman wins Rumble.
And then fucking Roman and fucking The Rock for the fucking title. Oh my God.
Because hear me out. Before, remember the 2 years in a row, Rock was rumored to fight Roman, and we were like, it doesn't need a title. And it still doesn't. But with The Rock's character work he's done as this final boss, like if The Rock beat Cody for the title at Rumble, I would not be mad. Because he's in this final boss character. Like, it's a legitimate person to beat him. Like, would you rather have
What does
Rock
that do for Cody, though? That kind of shits on Cody, man.
It does, but you lost to what a lot of people argue is one of the GOATs.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, would you rather him lose to Rock or Roman?
Because then what do you do if you don't do that? If he beats The Rock and then he wrestles Roman at WrestleMania, now
you can't do Cody Roman 3, obviously. You can't do that.
I mean, why not though?
Fuck, 3 years in a row, the same main event. I don't know if I can buy in on that.
You're gonna fucking be watching with a popcorn bucket in front of you,
what do you do
with the baby in one arm and the popcorn in the other, bro. You're gonna be there, bro.
So what do you do at Rock at Mania?
I don't know, bro. There are 2 nights, so they can figure out something. They can have The Rock be special referee, screw Roman out of the title, Cody retains, and then you can go that way with Rock and Roman, and Cody can go his way or whatever.
So that's the one thing I will say, because then someone also said, if you do Rock and Cody at Mania, you can do Roman and Jacob Fatu, which I'd be cool to see that at Mania 1-on-1.
I don't know about that as a Mania match though. Like as a headlining Mania match, Roman and Jacob Fatu.
Well, because it wouldn't main event.
So you're gonna put Roman not in the main event? You can't do that, bro. Yeah, you can't do that, bro. Roman Reigns has to be in the main event in some way, shape, or form. The way this whole thing's going, he has to be in the main event.
And here's where I agree with you, actually. Now, I was Team Cody, wanted Cody to win, right? Deserved the moment. I've enjoyed Cody's run. I have maybe a little too much solo shit with Solo, but overall, like the AJ Styles stuff, whatever, I enjoyed it. Where he's at with KO now and all that. But Roman really does make a difference when he's around.
Yeah, man. He's
like it's crazy. I didn't realize it. But when cool, he came back at SummerSlam, massive pop, right? Cool. But even just like tomorrow, how they're doing the Usos, because I don't know if you've kept up with that. They all reunited.
Yeah.
Spoiler, it happens tonight, Friday. But so like you got the Usos and Roman back again. I don't know how long this is gonna be for, right? Because the way they're making it known, because I saw a little bit of the Crown Jewel pre-show like they do on YouTube the day before. And Jay, it sounds like Jay's making it seem like, this is a one-time thing, but it's obviously not. It's going to lead to War Games in a few weeks, which I can't wait for that. OG Bloodline versus Bloodline.
You're going to have Sammy in there?
I think so. I think Sammy's gonna interfere in the 6-man tag tomorrow because it's in Saudi, so he's gonna get that big pop. Yeah. And then you do those 4 versus those 4, which I'm cool with. That'll be a cool War Games match. But yes, Jay makes it seem like it's a one, but think about it. Like you just said, that bloodline aura. Like imagine at Survivor Series, the 4 of them all come out the Romans theme like they used to.
Just fucking, and then Paul Heyman shows up and they just
which we haven't seen him. Like, how do you I get it for the massive Cody fans, nothing wrong with it, but how do you not like that? How do you not like Roman?
It sucks because Cody's in a tough position because really the only thing for Cody to do if they pivot that way with like Rock and Roman or whatever is for Cody to turn heel, which Cody's a tremendous heel. But I don't think he wants to be a heel anymore. He wants to be fucking G.I. Joe. Like he wants to be
the
babyface.
He wants to be Cena. He literally said in an interview, every time he goes to a show, like I don't know if it's pay-per-views or every SmackDown, but he sends Cena's the numbers. And Cena's like, because pretty much it sounds like Cena mentors him. Like, all right, cool, but you didn't beat me. Or like, but what were tickets sales last time you were there versus this time? And you know, all the shit the big guys care about that we don't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, tomorrow doesn't. Okay, so the last WWE thing, and then we can probably transition out of it, and I guess we can talk tomorrow.
We can do whatever, bro.
7 matches. So we saw this Crown Jewel champion thing that's happening.
This fucking sucks.
Which Blue and I were very disappointed.
I will say, I know some of our people in our wrestling chat was hating on the belt, and I know I probably initially said it looks like shit, but that fucking belt's actually kind of growing on me, the look of it.
So what came from that press event was, so a lot of people, and this is more of the anti-WWE fans, were like bashing on this whole title thing and how it means nothing, and it's like, yes, it does, but when someone's giving you 10 bajillions of dollars, and they're like, hey, we want a title, like Tony Khan would do the same thing, and I would not blame him.
Yeah, and it's not even so much like a.
Yeah,
they're trying to make these, because I know the stigma on the Saudi shows is, first of all, it's in Saudi, you know, and that has its own set of problems that a lot of people have issues with or whatever. But a lot of the stigma a lot of people say is that shit doesn't really happen on those shows. Like titles don't really change like that. The matches are kind of predictable. You kind of know who's going to win, but they go out there and they give you a great show. You know what I mean? But as far as title changes and stuff like that, they really don't happen on those shows, at least like the big titles. So this was probably the best solution that they could come up with. Hey, you have your own title. This is going to mean something. We're going to start with a great champion and, you know.
Yeah, so, and they've done better with presenting the shows. They do Queen and King of the Ring there.
Yeah.
That's won the world title there. And so what Triple H said today is that match is going to happen every year at Crown Jewel. So pretty much both champions fight there. Belt stays there. But the winner, I get why they're doing this because it's a big sports thing. But whoever wins tomorrow in each match gets like a Super Bowl-like ring.
Oh, man. Wow. Gee,
so,
I wonder where they – never mind.
Yeah, where they got – I get it. Where they got the idea from. But like –
not even going to go there, bro.
Yeah. But it's like – but my thing is kind of like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at the same time, because like, it's just who ultimately cares. But I think Gunther's going to beat Cody tomorrow. I think it's going to be Gunther and Liv. Because I think we might get that Tiffany Stratton cash in.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Or something like that, and it's going to interfere with Nia winning. So I think you get Gunther. Because one match I'm looking forward to tomorrow is Randy and Kevin, KO. Because KO's been on that massive.
Yeah, man.
Beat the shit out of Cody at Bad Blood, did the same thing.
Bro, Kevin Owens is – I like Kevin Owens when he does like that. Like, probably my two favorite versions of Kevin Owens is heel Kevin Owens and like fourth wall breaking Kevin Owens. Like when he was like the Ezekiel shit.
Yeah.
Where he's like, no, you're not supposed to come in here and interrupt my interview. That's not how this works. Like he's literally breaking the fourth wall every time. Like those are my two favorites.
Remember when he told he told Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, he's like, I'll knock both of you out with one punch.
Yeah.
And then like they obviously set it up and he did it. And he goes to like Jamie Noble. He's like, see, I told you I would do it.
Yeah, he's awesome. And I mean, as a heel though,
Yeah, he's a
that calculated like heel persona is that's his like thing right there. I think that's his best version.
It's a damn shame.
I'm loving this whole thing.
It's a damn shame when he was champion. He had a great run as champion, and then Vince gave the belt to Goldberg. But yeah. But the bloodline match should be
better.
Yeah. What I'm happy to see tomorrow is LA Knight, Andrade, and Carmelo.
That's gonna be fire.
Because Andrade and Carmelo have been killing it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of like those best of 7 things. Because I remember Sheamus and Cesaro did it, and then they ended up being a team.
Yeah, that's how they made the bar.
Yeah, the bar. AEW's done something similar. Oh, yeah, with the trios, with the Elite and
Lucha Death Triangle, sorry.
Yeah, Lucha Bros. Who knows what's going on with them? Where they're gonna show up, when, who,
I don't know, man. I don't know if they're coming, they're going. I don't know what the hell is going on with them. I'm thinking that they're going, but I think Rey Fenix is stuck.
I think Penta's free or gonna be free.
Yeah, I think Rey Fenix is stuck because of injury time or something like that. So he has to finish.
What's your take on that? So people are saying that Tony is extending his time, which WWE does all the time, right? But people are saying like Tony, and even some AEW like diehards I see are saying are like, no, you're being like Vince, blah blah blah. Like you're supposed to be the alternative. But at the end of the day, man, business is business. Like especially if you know they're going to them, if you can prolong it, why not? Like I hate sounding like a dick, but yeah, you're also paying this dude.
That's the thing, man. It's like it is a business at the end of the day, and you can be the nicest guy in the world and be like, "All right, you want to leave? Go ahead. I'll release you of your contract, and you can go do whatever the fuck you want now." And then they show up the next day on your competition's TV, and it's like, this is one of like your biggest, most popular stars, your merch sellers. Like,
yeah,
I love Penta. I don't want to see a watered down Penta in WWE. If he's gonna go to WWE and be Penta, that's fine. But I don't want him to go over there and be like hobbled. Half his moves he's not gonna be able to do, bro. They're gonna let him do half the crazy shit that he does over there.
Because it seems like they're trying to take tag team serious again. They brought the War Raiders back. Motor City Machine Guns are literally the champions.
Yep.
Which good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome. So it's like, I don't know, but so what's your take on like? Yes, it's a business, and I agree with you. But do you use him on television? Because at the end of the day, you're paying the guy.
I would use him to put over like my talent that's staying. Like, do the job. Like, you're gonna leave. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna give you a couple wins. We're gonna build you up in a little feud with someone else who we want to get over, and then you guys have your match, and you're gonna lose, and the other guy's gonna go over, and that's how you build up the other guy. Because we know you're leaving, so why are we gonna build you up? He's gonna
do that with Ricky Starks on his way out.
I don't know what's going on with that dude, bro. The dude pops up at WWE shows.
Yeah,
in the crowd, in the skybox, he's working out with Jade Cargill, like, but he pops up in an indie show.
See, he's been gone for so long off television. I'd say he has 6 months left. Like that's someone Tony could release. It's like, yo, it's not like he's been on television, and it's kind of not if, it's when he's gonna show up on some sort of WWE television. So it's like kind of like, yo, rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, that's one part of it that I don't understand. Like, if you're not going to use them at all, then just let them go.
Especially because you're paying people money.
Yeah, like, what are you're paying them to stay home, or you
For example, we could talk about it. You just signed Bobby Lashley, which business is back. Is that what MVP said?
We're back in business, something like that. Back in business. I don't know what their group is officially called.
Yeah, the Hurt Syndicate.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. The only thing, did you hear the cameraman like yelling during it?
No.
If you go back and watch the clip on Twitter, you hear the guy like yelling 90 seconds. And then you hear it again, 30 seconds. And then you hear MVP say to Bobby, like, Bobby, get in place. Because you know Bobby, he don't give a fuck. Bobby Lashley does what the fuck he wants. But
Look, I'll tell you that I didn't catch that because
I
was
only
too
caught it on
busy.
Twitter, not when I watched it.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I was too busy watching that shit and going, oh my God, they are beating the shit out of this fucking security squad. Like that one, Shelton Benjamin gave this kid
Yeah.
the greatest super kick fucking I've ever seen. And MVP was swinging that cane. Like he hit that one dude with that cane, and that shit looked like, I was like, hey, bro, they're really kicking the shit out of these people. Like,
So
that
here's
shit
where
was
I
awesome.
said I have like a problem though. So I love everything about it. Massive Bobby fan. But man, Swerve's about to take another L. And I get it. He had an amazing 2024. World champion, main evented their big show all in. But maybe it's just because I love Swerve. But it's like, fuck, man. I wish you weren't doing because it seems like them two are probably going to fight at Full Gear, if I had to guess.
Probably, yeah.
So it's like, what a... And
I get the feeling that Nana is going to turn on him, and that's how they'll get the...
Because Swerve can't join that group. Swerve's way too big, in my opinion, on his own.
I mean, he could, but I don't want to see that. Like, I don't want him joining enough. Bro, he's been part of enough groups already. He doesn't need a group.
He's so over. He doesn't need.
Yeah, he doesn't need a group, bro. The guy's a babyface. He doesn't need to be in a group. I think Nana's gonna end up turning on him and joining, these guys on there in the syndicate, and that's how they'll probably cover up the loss for.
Yeah. Because don't get me wrong, we've seen Bobby on television. Shit, he wrestled at WrestleMania this year, but man, he really does not age.
The guy looks amazing, dude.
Yeah,
amazing.
What was the question you were gonna ask? You said it was like WWE.
So I was thinking about this the other day when I was watching, and the thought occurred to me. I looked at this one person. I'm not gonna try to keep it as vague as possible. I was looking at this person, and I was like, this person that I'm looking at right now, if they were in WWE, they would be the most gigantic fucking star, like, ever. And this is my opinion. So my question is, can you guess from what I just said who that person might be?
Based on Dynamite?
I was just watching Dynamite, and somebody was on screen, and I was just looking at that person, and I was just like, fuck, like, if this person was on the fucking other show, they would be, even if NXT, let's say NXT, they would be world champion, NXT world champion, and I mean, like, they would be the fucking biggest thing ever if they went over there. I don't know if you can guess who it is on that roster that I thought of when I saw that. No? Kyle fucking Fletcher.
You think so?
If Kyle fucking Fletcher went to NXT, or if he popped up on the main roster, bro, doing the shit that he's doing now, the way he looks right now, bro, the dude is fucking jacked. The dude is young. He's basically a younger version of Will Ospreay. Like, literally.
I don't see him ever jumping ship, though.
No, I'm not saying that he would or he wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, and then again, at the end of the day, we really don't know. I mean, they throw enough money at somebody, he might. Who knows? And I don't know what his contract situation is like, but bro, I was looking at Kyle Fletcher, and I was like, damn, bro, if this dude was in fucking WWE, I think that with the production and all the shit that they put behind him, and just if they put the machine behind this guy, I think he would be a fucking...
I could see it. I could definitely see it.
Mega star over there.
You a fan of the John Moxley stuff?
I'm intrigued.
I am too. It is something I don't come away like I want more, but I want to know what's next, if that makes sense.
The one thing I do like is the promos, like those promos that they're doing at the beginning of the show. I like them. They're very vague. The music is all foreboding and shit, and he's just like being fucking super, trying to be scary or whatnot. What I thought was funny was that this week, Claudio finally gets like it looked like this video was like all Claudio. Like he started talking, and then Orange Cassidy's like, no, stop this shit. And then they stopped the video. So like, no, we don't even know. They recorded this whole thing for Claudio, this whole promo with Claudio, and then it got cut off like right at the beginning. So he couldn't even fucking watch.
Because that's the main event for Full Gear. correct? Oh,
yeah, Moxley and I don't know if it's the main. Well, I'm assuming it's the main event. Yeah, it's gonna be Orange Cassidy, and I was a little surprised to see Darby come back this early.
Yeah,
Like I was like, wait, why? Why are you doing this now? You don't need Darby. You could have just kept it with Orange Cassidy.
I was thinking he was going to come back at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Darby, the so for me, the natural end to this thing is Darby Allin beating Moxley for the title.
Yeah, same.
To end this whole shit.
Yeah.
But you want to do that like at one of your big shows, maybe Wembley, or I don't know if you do it at All Out. You might want to do it at All In to kind of like crescendo that whole thing at your biggest show. So you kind of need
have Mox be a champion for a whole year.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You had to stretch this shit out because I mean, I don't know where this is going. I have no idea. We thought it was a Shane McMahon thing. Now I'm at the point where I have no fucking idea what this thing's about, what's going on, why he's doing this, what's behind it, But my thought originally was that Darby should be the one to do that. And they should be at their biggest show, which would be the Wembley show. So that would be next year. But I was why you did that injury thing?
Remember, All In is in July now, and it's in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, why did you bring him back so early? Like it was weird to see him there. I just didn't understand. I mean, I didn't get it. I like the Sting, Yeah, I like the Sting reference but he should have had a bat, bro. He should have had a bat so that people actually, because he is a smaller dude, so him jumping on somebody's back and kind of doing rabbit punches is kind of dumb. Like he should have just came down with a bat, and then there would have been a little bit more like, oh shit, we got to get away from this guy.
I am happy Private Party won the titles.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, because I
was really disappointed at that pay-per-view when they lost.
Yeah. Meltzer, so this is why I think it's true, because I believe it was Meltzer who said it, but apparently the Bucks are taking a hiatus. So here's
the thing with that. Supposedly, they're taking a hiatus because they're gonna come back to like save AEW, and I don't like that.
So I'll admit, one thing I'm over Jack Perry. I just don't think it's working. He's not intimidating. I love Okada, obviously. Who doesn't? Yeah. But I am 100% over Jack Perry.
Did you see that? Did you notice that terrible fucking tombstone that he?
Yes.
that Okada gave? Like they had a lot of things on that show that was like super obviously fake. Like that pile driver was really fake.
Yes.
Claudio hitting Brandon Cutler's hand when the hammer was like nowhere near his hand when he fucking hit the fork. Like he hit the forklift. Like why was the camera directly on his fucking hand? Like
I think you put anyone in Jack Perry's spot with the Bucks and Okada, and it's just better. Because I honestly had a lot of hope when they took out Tony Khan and like Tony Khan's dad, and then we really got nothing from it.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, what the fuck? That story went nowhere. Like, yeah, they got the titles, they're assholes, they're the EVPs, but then like they did that thing with Tony Khan. He wore the neck brace at the draft, and then like that's it. There's no nothing else. They're just there. Like every week, they're just there being assholes, but there's no follow up to the story.
Where are you at with Mercedes so far and her run and everything?
It's been fine. She's on TV all the time. She still got her 2 titles. I'm not really a fan of her not having proper feuds. I mean, I guess she's feuding with Statlander through Camille.
Think Statlander beats her, or now Mercedes is gonna go on a long run?
Nah, she ain't gonna fucking beat her. But then, like, if it's not Statlander, then who the fuck is gonna be the one to beat her? Britt when Britt comes back again. They just did that, and she beat her.
Yeah, and it's like, well, they can build someone up. Maybe Toni Storm.
Maybe. I mean, she still has unfinished business with Mariah May.
Yeah, I'm thinking of their. Well, no, it's gonna go the obvious route, which is not a bad thing. But Camille.
Oh well, yeah,
I feel that's wrestling 101. The bodyguard.
Yeah, we are forgetting about her.
Wrestler. Yeah.
And I have no problem with that.
It just that's. No, it's not, because I feel it's a storyline you can do, and 10 out of 10 times it's probably going to be good.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that's probably what's going to happen with this Liv and Raquel shit too.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's
Yeah.
the Diesel Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Every
It's-
time. It's just
the tale as old as time.
Enzo and Cass.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, man.
hi guys.
Yeah. So speaking of that, Jericho, it looks like, I was unhappy to see him regain the Ring of Honor title.
Still.
Because I thought at the time that there's some stupid idea that he came up with that we're gonna have to.
What did you say?
Yeah. Some nonsense, some nueve nonsense, some idea that he came up with that we're going to have to suffer through for the next couple of months. So that's why they put the title on him. But it turns out that it looks like ROH might be getting a TV deal. And that's why they put the belt on Jericho, because obviously Jericho is probably one of the bigger stars, whether we like him or not.
Yeah.
He is one of the biggest recognizable names on the roster. So they put the title on him to kind of sweeten the pot. So,
but do you think ROH is successful on TV? Like I hate
they actually give it light. Like if they actually let it be its own thing. Like you got to stop this intermixing of the brands. You got to stop that shit. Like Ring of Honor needs to be Ring of Honor. That's it. No Ring of Honor World Champion on Dynamite. No fucking trios titles being defended on Dynamite. No, bro. Ring of Honor needs to go be Ring of Honor if that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, because Rampage is going away, right? Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
Damn.
And it had this new Shockwave show that I haven't heard anything about it, but
yeah, like I heard it might be on FS1, but no. Like so, here's my thing: if you get rid of Rampage, I think ROH is the fix. I don't think you need ROH and this Shockwave shit.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, at least me, I could not tell you the last time I watched an episode of Rampage.
I watch it, but I watch Rampage I don't watch it live on Fridays, obviously, but I'll watch it on Sunday or sometime during the week. I'll be like, oh shit, Rampage, I didn't watch it this week. Let me go put it on and I'll just catch up with it,
Yeah.
But watching that shit live, no.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, so now you're gonna have what? You're gonna have Dynamite, you're gonna have Collision, you're gonna have Shockwave, and you're gonna have a Ring of Honor show. That's man.
A lot.
It's a lot of fucking wrestling, bro.
And I'm assuming it's going to have to be on Thursday. Because you got Raw on Monday, unless they go face-to-face with NXT.
Tuesday. I would go straight up with NXT.
And then you got, because it seems like NXT numbers-wise isn't doing too bad on CW. Yeah. You just got to illegally watch it, which is the shitty thing. But, you need no shit.
Yeah, I don't even get that. I downloaded their app, and you can't even watch it live on their app. You have to wait.
So what's cool is if you wake up the next morning, it is on the app.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because I watched. I went back and watched that 10 woman segment, and it's on the app instantly, which is cool. Okay. You don't have to sign in or not. There's obviously ads, a lot of ads, but of course that's how they have to make money. But that is cool. So you can watch it the next day. So maybe you're going into work, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has to be the Tuesday at 3rd because you're not going to go up against Raw or SmackDown. And then obviously you have your shows on Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Unless they try doing some Shockwave Sunday shit.
And then Shockwave, I think Shockwave is going to be on Thursdays and ROH will be a Tuesday show. So you're talking about Monday Night Raw, Tuesday NXT and Ring of Honor, Wednesday Dynamite, Thursday Shockwave and fucking TNA. And then Friday, SmackDown, and then Saturday. Fuck me, man.
I won't watch all that.
Listen, man. I really enjoy AEW. I still, I go out of my way to make sure to watch Dynamite. I watch Collision, whether sometimes live, sometimes I'll watch it Sunday morning or whatever. Because I enjoy the actual wrestling and stuff on that show, especially Bandito's coming back, dog. Bandito's cleared. And he's about to come back to TV, bro. It's one of my guys, unless they save him for this Ring of Honor thing. So I watch it, but bro, I'm not, dude. I don't watch Ring of Honor now.
Yeah, same.
I canceled my sub because it's just bro, I can't watch all this fucking wrestling. I had to cancel it. But when a pay-per-view pops up, I'll pay the $9.99 so I can watch the pay-per-view. But man, dude, wrestling every day. Every day. And
Yeah.
that's not even counting like the off brands, the GCWs and the XPWs and all these fucking things that are out there, bro. It's not even counting all those things. Like,
It's just so much.
it's madness, bro. It's really fucking crazy, dude.
It's just so much. Yeah, because I couldn't tell you the last time I watched ROH either. I think I've even missed like the last 2 pay-per-views too.
I mean, I definitely watched the pay-per-views because I just, I'm a sucker for that shit. But yeah, the show itself, I stopped like a month or 2 ago. I just can't, bro. It's too much.
Have they said how much the pay-per-views are going to be when they go to Max yet?
They haven't announced anything yet, but the rumor was that it was basically going to be like when you use your NordVPN.
Yeah.
Basically, it would be like around the same price.
Yeah.
Which we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Because this is what I like about it, and this is what I'm curious if they're going to do. So it's being on the West Coast, right? When I want to watch any wrestling live weekly television, I have to use their apps. So since I have YouTube TV, I can sign in through them. But like I watch Dynamite on the TBS app. I watch Raw and SmackDown now on the USA app. So I hope, same with Netflix, I assume it'll be a thing, but I hope with like Netflix and Dynamite going to HBO, I can just use the app instead of having to wait still till the time. Like I hope it's live at 5 my time, 5 Cali.
This is why I like using the NordVPN and Triller to watch Dynamite, because I always end up getting caught up on Wednesday whether I got to take this one out and she's taking forever, and then it's like 8:15 or 8:20. Bro, I could just go to Triller, open it, as long as my VPN is on, and start it, and it says watch from beginning, and I watch from the beginning of the fucking show, and I don't have to worry about missing anything. Like I like that, because the TBS app, if you want to pause or rewind or do anything, fucking forget about it.
That's why I'm excited, like with Netflix and when Dynamite, because I'll probably watch, at least while I'm here on the West Coast, I'll watch Dynamite on HBO.
Yeah.
So it's just, but it'll be easy. Click the button, go to the app, and I just put play.
I'm very curious to see how they're gonna do that. Like, what exactly they're gonna have on Max as far as like, are they gonna have all the old pay-per-views, the old Dynamites, and all that whole thing?
Eventually, I don't think it'll like say January 1st is when it drops. I don't think it'll be instant.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what they're gonna exactly have on there. Because right now with the Triller app, when you use your VPN or whatever, you get some pay-per-views there thrown in.
Yeah.
With the AEW Plus shit, because the AEW Plus shit's like what, $3.99 a month.
Yeah,
and then
they're definitely going to have a library for sure.
Yeah, so they have. I mean, they have all the Dynamites, all the Collisions, all the Rampages, all the Darks and Elevations. They're all there. You can watch them.
Yeah,
and they have some pay-per-views there that, like Double or Nothing 2019's on there for free.
Love it.
All In's on there for free. Like,
Isn't it weird going back and watching the first Double or Nothing and seeing like who's there, who's not?
Yeah, that was weird watching the first Dynamite, and it's like, what the fuck? Why is Brandon Cutler getting like a actual TV, like a serious TV match? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Why is this?
Yeah.
Why is this guy like on TV?
I think Sammy Guevara and MJF was the first match on Double or Nothing 2019. Sammy just said in India. I could be wrong. Oh, breaking news. Tegan Knox will be departing WWE and will be effectively a free agent in 90 days.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, departures. Okay, so I wonder.
Oh, they're releasing people again?
Well, it's saying parted ways. So I think they're going up and asking people.
I think it just might be her.
No, Indy Hartwell and Baron Corbin. Do you think, maybe because I'm a fan of him, do you see Baron Corbin going? I think if you're Tony, you got to bring
that's fucking sucks. I really like Indy Hartwell. That sucks for her.
So I guess out of those three, Corbin,
3 departures.
Corbin and
damn.
So it sounds like they got.
I mean, Tegan Knox, it kind of sucks for her because she's really good, but that fucking knee, it's not. She keeps getting hurt. You can't really do shit about that, and they're not giving her the TV time. They're just not.
If you're Tony Khan, out of those three, who's most, I'll bring in. Not necessarily you're signing to a deal, but bring in to maybe test some waters.
I would do Indy Hartwell and Tegan Knox. I would take a shot at Tegan Knox.
So you want to touch Baron Corbin?
No. I don't think I mean, if he shows up in AEW, like if they cut the lights off and it's fucking Baron Corbin, I'm gonna be like, why?
I could
Like,
see
what the
him
fuck
going.
are you doing? I'll never forget that girl, NYC Demon Diva. She used to, like, before she blew up, like I used to watch her. She used to just react to like Raw or whatever. And there was an episode of, I'll never forget this in my life. There, and you could probably still find it on YouTube. There was an episode of Raw where Corbin was on SmackDown, and Roman was wrestling somebody, and you know he was getting his ass kicked. I think it was Strowman. Strowman was kicking the shit out of him, and then he started to get the upper hand or whatever. He was about to win the match, and then somebody started attacking Roman Reigns out of nowhere, and they were like, "Oh, who is this?" And she's watching it, and she jumps up like, whoa, who is this? And they go, and you hear Michael Cole, "Oh, it's Baron Corbin." And when she realized it was Baron Corbin, she makes this face. She goes like, "What the fuck?" And then she just puts her hand in her face and starts laughing. Because at that point, Raw was terrible. Like, Raw was terrible at that time. So for them to have like Baron Corbin show up out of nowhere to be the one to attack Roman, it was just a funny non sequitur.
The only thing he really ever had going for him was that lone wolf gimmick.
Yeah, and again, not hating, but I don't feel like if he shows up there, it's gonna be like a big.
Yeah.
You know where he could show up?
TNA.
Like if they're backstage or something, and let's say Jericho with this learning tree shit, he's backstage doing some shit. And he's talking to Renee and whatever. And he goes, "I have my new branch." And he walks onto the screen. I could see something like that.
Ooh, I like that actually.
But not like a fucking lights out, lights on. It's Baron Corbin. Like that's going to disappoint people. You know what I mean?
Do you follow him on Instagram by any chance?
I do not.
He's actually an insanely good cook.
I've seen that. I've seen him with the barbecuing and all that shit. Like
he's rich, so he has all the money for all the cool things. So it's kind of cool to watch.
You can throw a slab of fucking goyozo beef on the fucking grill because you can afford it. I can't do that.
But it's cool to watch. But yeah.
But I can see definitely Indy Hartwell and Tegan Knox show up like in Ring of Honor or show up on like, you know, Collision or something to wrestle.
I could see Indy and TNA.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That for sure.
In TNA. Because they're going to need somebody if Jordan's leaving. Like, they're gonna need, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know, but I'm excited for Full Gear. I think it'll be a pretty good show.
Oh, now I'm seeing all these things and they're all like late. So I just saw Sean Rapp say they're going to be some departures, but I guess it was those three because that was 22 minutes ago. So I guess that's what he meant, those three people. I really hope it's not like a mass fire. I really hope it's not like a mass release thing.
Yeah. No, Corbin was given his notice that his contract will expire and will not be re-signed.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's what it is. I think they're just not re-signing people.
Yeah, I can see that. And that makes sense too. I mean, bro, you have a lot of people. These guys both have lots of people on their roster that they're not using, man.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, it's kind of like, oh, your contract's up. You know, we're not going to continue business.
But Indy was just on TV. I just saw her on TV with, wasn't she just on TV where she, what's her name, helped Nia win or whatever, the tag match? She got the pinfall in the tag match. They had a tag match, her and Nia, not Indy, Candice. Candice LeRae and Nia had a tag match. They won. Indy got the pin. Candice got the pin, and then she was like all excited, and Indy was there like raising her hand. That was like last week or the week before.
You know, now this talk about a title that means absolutely nothing. but Candice LeRae won like the debut of the women's speed
Bro,
thing.
that speed belt.
She beat like Io Sky, which was kind of like wild to me.
And then it's funny, that segment I was just talking about on SmackDown, she doesn't come out with her belt. She comes out and with no belt.
Yeah, because I think Andrade's the male one, isn't he?
So it's like you don't even show that belt on your main shows. Like it's just a Twitter belt. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never watched Speed once.
It's just a gimmick. No, I have not watched one episode, thankfully.
And it's not going to happen because it's only 3 minutes. So it's like, I guess I get it, but
it's a cool idea. I'm not going to shit on the idea, but it's like, no, we're not watching Speed, bro, on this show. No. We're not doing it. There's going to be a Speed pay-per-view and it's going to be like fucking 15 minutes.
I wonder how hard it is to like, I wonder who's the person in both of these companies or any company in wrestling that's like, all right, you have to tell this person they're released or like that they're not renewing. That's got to suck.
What sucks is I think they do that shit by text.
I don't know. Like I saw a TikTok yesterday of it was NFL players getting traded and it's like they get brought into the GM's office and it's like that's got to suck.
You know what's the worst one? The dirtiest one I ever saw was, I forgot what player it was. I think he played for Detroit. Motherfucker was in a game and was looking up at the Titantron and he saw the thing scroll by from like ESPN. And it said he has been traded to whatever team. So
it was a baseball player. He got traded big game.
Yeah, he was looking up and he was like, well, what the fuck? That's me. Like, you get traded during the game, bro. That's fucking dirty, dog. You find out by seeing it on the TV.
That's what I think of with these dudes, like pro. Now, once again, they're making bajillions of dollars, but like Devontae Adams just got traded to the Jets, and he has a whole house and a whole family in Vegas. Got traded on like Tuesday, and played Sunday in New York. Like, what do these dudes do? Like, do they just rent an apartment? Because you're not flying back and forth from Vegas to New York.
I'm sure the team will put you in a hotel or something like that. You know, I would assume.
Yeah, but it's like, do you move your family out or do you wait? Because for them, it's easy. You pay movers, you find a place. Obviously, it's probably still stressful. Moving, no matter if you lift a finger or not, moving is just stressful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then you have to sell your house and all that shit. But I've always thought about that. Like, damn, like, yo, you were just playing in Las Vegas on Tuesday and now you're in a New York Jets uniform.
Well, for me, I thought for the most part that these guys, like with families and shit like that, I would think that, you know, NFL season is only about so many months. So they're traveling anyway. They're going to all these different cities to play these games. So they're just basically living in hotels for that time. And then when the season's over, they go back home or whatever. You know what I mean? Just because they play in New York, they might have a house in LA and that's where they're.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers does. So did you ever watch that special on Netflix, like Quarterbacks, where they did one on wide receivers? So they pretty much broke down the NFL week. You play on Sunday. Monday's usually like a recovery practice, film, all that shit. Tuesday's usually the player day off. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, practices, Saturday, travel or meetings. And then Sunday, play again.
Damn.
Yeah, fuck that. Did you watch the starting five one about the NBA players on Netflix? That was really good.
Nah, I don't even have Netflix, bro.
Oh, you got to get it.
I canceled my Netflix a while ago. There was nothing on there I wanted to watch. After I finished watching Jailbirds, I was done.
I guess one last question, and then we can probably wrap it up here. Not wrestling. Are you caught up with Penguin?
Oh my God, that's the greatest show ever.
Dude, I am loving it.
That show's so good.
She is killing it in her. Sophia?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you ever watched it, How I Met Your Mother.
I never watched that show.
Okay, so great show. I guess it's a spoiler alert, but it doesn't ruin. She plays.
I'm never going to watch it, bro.
Yeah, well, she plays the mother, but you don't meet the mother till like season 9. So
okay.
it's a big deal for like me who watched it all the way. And it's like, oh, I ended up being that show ended in like 2014, but I'm this fucking mom. So now whenever I see her, it's hard not to look at her in that character, but she's doing good.
Look, I'll tell you one thing about that Penguin show. Right now they're on episode 6, I think.
I know there's only 2 more. There's 8. I looked it up.
Yeah, episode 3, I think, when they show her getting put in Arkham Asylum. I don't want to say
that
too
was a
much for
great
people
episode.
that haven't seen it. They show what that girl went through, bro. That episode, like, I felt like I've never. It was so weird because usually I'm a little disconnected when I watch a show like that. Like, I care, but it's a TV show. But bro, I felt for that woman and her character so badly that episode when I saw all the shit that she went through, the treatments and all that shit, and how they
she
got
did
her in
nothing.
there,
She did
bro.
nothing.
I was just like, man, the writing on this show is tremendous.
And then when she convinced her uncle, like, oh, we're gonna make this thing, and then just shot him.
Bro, the way she just smoked that fool.
I was like, oh,
Yo, yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm telling you, man, that's one of the. I can't wait to see how it ends.
yeah. Because tomorrow's episode should be good because it starts off with, I think, the kid and the grandma gang. Well, kid and mom, I should say, gang.
Yeah, that cliffhanger of the last episode was crazy. It's like, fuck, this bitch is in the house.
Yeah,
this bitch is in the house.
Yeah, that's
fantastic.
it's definitely
Right
getting
now-
a season. Because
Right now, all my shows are killing it, bro. All my shows are killing it. Tulsa
you
King
like-
is really good. I'm
Yeah,
watching the
Tulsa
show
King's
called
great.
From. The show called From on Epix is very good, dude. It's a horror show. It's so good. Like, there's 3 seasons, so you got plenty of what to watch if you want to start watching that shit.
Do you have Prime by any chance?
Yeah.
Have you seen Trap?
That M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Yeah, Trap.
I watched that piece of shit last night. That movie was fucking horrible,
Wait,
bro.
with the concert?
Yes.
Yo, we just watched it last night too. No bullshit. I liked it.
Bro. No shit. I watched that last night because last night I wanted to watch a horror movie last night. It was fucking Halloween.
Yeah,
so I
same.
was like, all right. So I tried Salem's Lot on HBO. That shit is trash. I made it about 35 minutes. I couldn't watch anymore. That shit was trash. So then I watched this movie, old favorite of mine. It's called Trick or Treat. It's like a anthology movie. There's different stories all told together in one thing. So then I watched that, and then I was trying to find something else to watch. I was going to watch Maxine because I already watched Pearl and I watched X. But I was like, you know what? Let me try this fucking Trap movie because my homeboy said it's bad. But I was like, you know what? Let me try this and see what this is. Bro, what a piece of dog shit that movie was.
So,
oh my God.
I thought in the beginning, and then we can wrap. I thought in the beginning, long story short, I thought there was going to be a shooting at this concert or something, and then you find out that this dude's just weird and out of his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that, but.
Well, I thought so. This obviously Shyamalan, the director, always does a twist in his movies.
Yeah.
So I thought that the twist was going to be that, like, the daughter was the serial killer and he was trying to, like, I thought they were going to do some shit like that, you know?
Now, once I knew he was the guy, it was whatever. But in the end, they left you with
Bro, but that movie is so fucking, like, what was pissing me off about that movie was, like, he's interacting with people and it's like a video game. It's like a old PS3 game. Like, he's interacting with people and they're like, hey, would you like a soda?
Yeah.
I'm here performing tasks. Hey, if you go down that alley, you'll find a red ball, and that will get you to the next level. I'm like, why the fuck are these people like talking like NPCs? Like, it was driving me crazy.
What I didn't get was at the end where the SWAT got in the house and they like tased him, and he just jumped on that one SWAT guy and they just like let him. I'm like, what are we doing here? And then the way it ended was dumb. He got arrested, which was cool, but then he broke out. So what was he going to break out of the movie?
Sucked a dick.
That's so funny that we both watched it last
Yeah, that's crazy. We both watched that last night.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I need to see Smile too.
That shit I want to go watch. What sucks is that I'm further away from my movie theater now, and I have like 6 credits to go watch movies. So
I need to find a place on the internet where I can watch it.
Oh, I got a place.
Oh, you have to send me that place.
Yeah.
We've been dying to watch, because that's the one thing her and I, me and my girl were joking about it. Because obviously, like, you don't want to take kids in loud environments right away. But we have the headphones and all that. But it's like, we love going to the movies.
Right.
And it's like being out here, not really near family. That's why we're moving back to Rhode Island next year. But it's kind of hard to get one from time to time. And to me, it's like, she's 2 months old. She don't know shit. So I could take her to a scary movie and she's just going to sit in her stroller and be like,
yeah, right.
It'd be fine. But I'm like, man, will we get fucking judged? Like we go see Smile 2. I was like, yo, maybe we just go see like a 11 in the morning movie.
Yeah.
And just, but I guess I worry about the sound effect of it. But we're trying to watch it at the house, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, I have a site. I don't use it personally, but my friends all use it, and every time a new movie drops, they're like, yo, this is on here now. We could watch it.
Yeah, if you can send me that text, we might watch that tonight.
Absolutely.
But ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We'll figure out a schedule, but we're going to try to do this a lot more. And it's funny that we're doing this now because like wrestling always calms down in general after the holidays, during the holidays.
Yeah.
We came back right before like the dead season, but I'm sure we'll be back. We have Full Gear in a few weeks, Survivor Series, War Games, I think the week after. Yeah, we have Full Game the 23rd, and then Survivor Series the Saturday after. And Lou, I know you're a big...
the main event tomorrow? The tag match?
Nah, you got to think it's Cody and Gunther, right?
Oh, it's probably Cody and Gunther. Yeah. That's right.
All I know is...
That's going to be good, man. Cody and Gunther, they're going to have a banger.
You know why I'm excited for Full Gear?
What?
Because we get a lot of big boom.
Bro, stop that shit. Hey, did you see that I responded to that dude today on Twitter? This motherfucker.
Hey, watch him on. Did you hear about them on Jimmy Fallon this week?
Nah.
You could tell Jimmy Fallon was getting really fucking annoyed with the booms, boom. Hey, don't get me wrong. This dude's promoting the shit out of his match with QT Marshall.
Man,
like,
listen,
I'm gonna watch it.
He's figured out his thing, and he's taken the 15 minutes of fame to the utmost degree.
And he's making a lot of money. I can't hate on the guy, but they have like a whole science now behind it. Like people were record themselves and like they're stopping, and he's like telling his little son, like, no, you got to say it like this. Like, yo, let this kid be a 10-year-old. And then you got the other little kid, the Rizzler. He's like,
yeah.
He's low-key kind of funny because they record him and you can see they let him be a kid. He's kind of funny. He gets a lot of like he's just always like I don't know. I think he's just funny.
Where the fuck is it? Are they the Costco guys?
Yes.
Is that where they got famous from?
So to explain, I can't believe we're even talking about this on our show. But to explain it very, very quickly, what started the whole thing off, because I saw like their initial shit, what got them popular. The dad's always been like a big recorder and shit. But what got them popular was they go to Costco, and the few big videos in the beginning was they would set like an over-under. Pretty much like, we're at Costco. Let's see how much we spend today. Do you think it'll be more than $300? Comment yes or no. And then they would do that. Then the kid would eat a chicken bake like that from Costco. And the dad would eat a double chunk chocolate cookie. That's his stupid fucking thing. I hate how he said, but those cookies are mad good if you haven't had one from Costco.
Yeah.
So they made a video. We're Costco guys. We eat chicken bakes while we shop. And then, we're Costco guys. We eat the double chocolate cookie. And then they just got bigger. And then they made that stupid song, We Bring the Boom, where they dance. And then they started going to places and doing food reviews, giving it either a big boom or a big doom. And
we out here trying to make this fucking content. Wrestling is trash content, working hard on editing and doing all this shit, and we got like fuck. And again, I love all of you who watch this. I appreciate you. Our goal is never to like blow up or any of that bullshit, but I'm just saying, you got these dudes who go to Costco and eat things, and they're on fucking Jimmy Fallon. They're on Jimmy Fallon, like,
and the dad's gonna wrestle on an AEW pay-per-view, even though it's the 0 hour. He's still wrestling.
I heard people like. I saw people posting like, oh, why the fuck is Tony Khan doing this dumb shit? And I'm like, bro, that dude is like one of the biggest things going right now. It's called promotion, buddy.
Yeah.
This is the business thing that you guys say Tony Khan's bad at, but he's getting with this dude who's extremely popular online. And the guy was just on Jimmy Fallon talking about AEW. That's a good thing for AEW.
The same show that The Rock and Roman Reigns were on right before WrestleMania.
Yeah, like that's a good thing. Like, so, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm very cute, but big dude, I can't wait to see that match.
Ooh.
I'm gonna laugh the whole time.
I was so mad because I showed it to you too. I was like looking at my email and I saw, oh, my local wrestling promotion. Cool, they're having a show coming up next week. Maybe I'll go to that shit. And I'm scrolling through the matches, and I'm like, cool, Ariel Levy versus Cha Cha, awesome. And then I see this fucking idiot on there, the boom guy on there. I'm like,
You
are
should
you
have
serious?
You
He's
should
gonna
have
be
went.
here too. Like this guy's everywhere, bro.
Well, I think they're based. I think they live in Florida.
Yeah, and QT is the current champion for my
Yeah,
local
I know.
promotion. So
He's still the champion. He's been champ for a
they
minute.
ain't gonna take the belt off of QT Marshall. He's the most famous dude there.
Isn't
He's gonna
Gangrel
be
there?
the forever CCW champion, bro. He ain't dropping that belt.
Is it Gangrel that's part of that too?
He's the owner. It's
Okay.
him and damn fuck, I forgot who the other
You
guy
should
was.
go to the next show.
I've been wanting to go to one, man. The
Where
one that I went to
go-
was fun as shit. The only thing that sucked about it was that it was in a brewery, like in the back of the brewery,
Yeah.
and it was hot as fucking balls because there was no AC. There was big fans.
My girl's been begging me. She's like, I want to go to an indie show. I'm like, and it's me, like, and I'm just not.
But that shit was fun, man.
Yeah.
It really was. Like I was
where-
front row, like right
Yeah.
up against the railing, front row, do $25.
See,
And
that
it's
shit's
like
awesome.
that shit was
Look,
fucking cool.
I'm
It really
saving
was.
the coin right now because it hasn't been announced, but it seems like that first Raw on Netflix is going to be at that in LA, which is only a little over an hour away, at that new Intuit Dome where the Clippers play.
Oh wow.
So I've been saying because I think it'll be cool because I remember they made a big deal about SmackDown when they debuted on Fox. So I'm like, yo, it's going on Netflix. Like, it's probably going to be a plea.
Poor Kofi.
I know, all for fucking Cain Velasquez.
Poor fucking Kofi.
But hey, Cain Velasquez, did he end up in jail?
Nah, you won't have me say nothing bad about that dude, bro. That dude is a fucking hero in my book, bro.
Yeah, because what did he do? Was it his daughter or niece?
So he saw some. From what I remember, I could be completely wrong, but I think one of his family members told him that this dude was molesting like his niece or something, and he immediately went to go fucking find this dude and murder him. Like literally went to murder this guy. So he unloaded like a fucking full clip into this guy's car on the highway, and like he was trying to literally kill this guy. So hey, bro.
You know what's wild too? That's the dude, which they talked about it during that dumb little feud. That's the dude who literally gave Brock that scar.
Yeah.
And he fucked Brock up.
It's a bad motherfucker, dog.
Yeah. Like people.
And you know what's funny? That whole thing in WWE, that shit went nowhere. Like he came out, he did that stare down with Brock, and then like that was the last time we saw him. But I saw him wrestle a match, and he was fucking good.
Well, so he did the AAA shit and was good. Then he hurt his knee. That was all Vince's fault. And I think Paul Heyman or someone else said Vince stupidly rushed it because he signed, because Kane signed like a no shit 3-year deal. Like not like and then he got hurt right before, and Vince was like, fuck it, we can still do the match. That's why he was winning. Because do you remember they fought in Saudi?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but that match was terrible.
It was because Kane was fucked up.
Yeah, he was hurt. That's why.
It only lasted like 3 minutes, and Brock tapped him out. And it was stupid. Because I remember, if you go back and watch, you should actually, or YouTube it. I low-key liked his theme he had in WWE. He only used it like twice. But, I say probably look it up now. But he, I think if he was healthy, it could have gone a little bit better. But that was stupid, man. I get that's a huge match, but they fucked Kofi for that. Fucked him.
Shit. Well, I don't know, bro.
But I think that's gonna do it. I'll let you start the plugs.
Yeah, man. We'll start the plugs, but before that, just let everybody know. All right, let's stop that before we get stricken. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this latest episode of Wrestling is Trash, episode 186, actually.
Yep.
We are happy to be back. We will figure out our scheduling situations here so we can continue to put this podcast out, be a little less sloppy. It's okay. Growing pains. I think we did a great job for coming back for this first episode. I don't know about having this light directly in my face for the whole time, but we'll get that sorted out. So if you would and could, please go to youtube.com and type in Wrestling is Trash and follow our wrestling page there so you can see these live videos every week when we drop them. And you can also follow us on Twitter at Wrestling is Trash for all Wrestling Be Trash on Twitter. I apologize. And on Instagram is Wrestling is Trash for all of our Instagram related shenanigans.
Lou hit it all. You can follow me
Also,
at my
get you some merch.
Yep.
Before it's gone. Get it. Before it's
Here,
gone.
you can follow me at my name there. And like I said, follow Wrestling is Trash on YouTube, Wrestling Be Trash on Twitter, and Wrestling is Trash on Instagram. We thank you all. And until next time.
Enjoy wrestling, my friends.